Hello everyone, welcome back. Severed is here, coming back with part 12 of What If Deku Had Word Soul Magic. And before I get right into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's just get right into it. As the devil keeps chuckling in front of Midoriya. Everybody is in fear. They just see Midoriya, after finally stopping screaming, held up in the air by all these spears that pierce his body in many places. His head just falls down and his eyes are complete empty. This whole time he was nothing more than a pawn in a bigger game. He thought he was the player, but in the end he was just a character. Another character that this devil used in his plans. Just like All For One, just like the League of Villains. Just like him, he's nothing more than a pawn. And as this happens, the devil continues speaking, saying, humans, your dreams and ambitions work for an excellent playthings for creatures like me. But don't worry, as he holds Midoriya's face up, making him look at him as he said, this look at your face is priceless. The despair. I can just smell it. And I'm not done from you yet. After all, I need to take my revenge on you for keeping me trapped in your accursed body for so long. I'm gonna let you live, to see the world that you so wanted to protect birds. As while he's speaking, suddenly a beam of light shoots out of nowhere, separating the devil from Midoriya, making him go back. As he looks into the light, he remembers it. Oh, he remembers it so clearly. He said in his mind, I know that light magic anywhere. As he looks, saying, so it's you! Even in this era you still decided to keep fighting me. Why can't you humans just die? As immediately, the first Wizard King with Nero and Shirakuma, he said, it's been a long time, hasn't it, you cursed being? As immediately, he let Nero and Shirakuma down. As Shirakuma goes down, Aizawa, that was tied by the bonds with the rest of, the League of Villains and the heroes, he looks, his eyes cannot believe what he sees. It's Shirakuma. As immediately the first Wizard King looks into Shirakuma, said, Mr. Shirakuma, can you help the rest of your comrades? As, he agrees to that, using his warp gating, teleporting them out of the binds, including the League of Villains too. As the first Wizard King looks into the rest of the people that were captured, he looks into Nero and said, who are those people with the funny outfits, Sakurai? As she said, those are the heroes of this generation. They function just like our magic knights. They protect the people and peace. As he said, well, if that's so, I hope they are ready to fight, because this is not a battle that can be won easily. As immediately, while he's saying that, the devil said, what an interesting turn of events. I mean, I expected you to show up, but not this soon. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll kill you either way with the rest of those pathetic pawns around here. As while he's talking to the first Wizard King, Shigaraki rushes immediately to his master's fallen corpse. As the League of Villains just staring into the devil, Dabi's wondering, saying, what the hell is going on here? What should we do? As Toga said, yeah, this is getting scary. As Twice said, don't worry, Toga, I'll protect you. No, I won't. I'm terrified. As Mr. Compress said, a devil showed up and now... God, this is such an event. Shigaraki, we need to get out of here, but how do we get out of here? As Shigaraki is completely silent, staring into his master's fallen corpse. The League of Villains trying to wake him up, snap him back to reality, but to no avail. On the other hand, Aizawa immediately rushes into Shirakuma, but he stopped and he looks straight into him. As Shirakuma sees Aizawa, he smiles and said, hey, Hey there, Shota. As Aizawa said, Shirakuma? Is that... As he said, yeah, I'm sorry. There is a lot I need to explain, but let's keep the reunion for later, alright? As Aizawa doesn't know why, but he just hugged him. He couldn't hold it in anymore. His friend that sacrificed his life for him before, standing right in front of him alive. He doesn't know why or how, but all he knows is that he's happy to see him alive again. However, their reunion must be cut short because right now they are facing against a demonic being in front of them. As this whole thing happens, immediately the first Wizard King said, "Heroes of this generation, will you lend me your aid in the battle against this dangerous foe?" As, well, All Might, Endeavor, and the rest of the heroes that entered the domain with him, well, with the devil, they all agree to, of course, help him. They don't know who he is, but he seemed to know a lot about this devil, so they decided to help him. As immediately the devil said, "You really expect to save yourself, to save everybody here? Ah, how pathetic of you. You may have defeated me before, but that was only because I wasn't in complete form. Now look at me. I have my full body and my pitch-black grimoire. What kind of hope do you have to stop me?" As the first Wizard King said, "It doesn't matter if I have hope to stop you. I must stop you. I will not allow you to disgrace this world anymore. You have tainted this land far enough. You have tainted my kingdom, the people of that kingdom, and now you taint the people of this world. I will not allow you to do that. As the Wizard King, I must strike you down." As immediately the first Wizard King goes forward into the devil, attacking like it's no tomorrow. He keeps blasting him with lasers, left and right, light lasers. As he hits him left, right, up with a blade and everything, he tells the hero to keep up with him. However, how are they supposed to keep up with him? Endeavor, All Might, and the rest are all simply unable to fathom his speed. As All Might look into this, he's saying, "He's moving so fast, not allowing that thing to talk." As Endeavor said, "What kind of person is that guy?" As while that happened, Tokuyami and Baku that also been freed. Tokuyami immediately using his dark shadow to grab Midoriya and break out of the spikes from him. As he grabbed Midoriya with the dark shadow said, "Fumikage, he's very bad and lost a lot of blood." As Fumikage said, "It's alright." As he looks into the girl with the horns that's just standing there, looking into the battle, he asked, "Hey, your name is Sekirei, right? Can you help my friend?" As she looks into Midoriya, and, well, she had to help him. After all, he is... As she immediately heals Midoriya up, she said, "I locked away all of his pain and sorrow. He just needs to now to stand up. He's completely healed." As immediately Tokuyami said, "Alright, Midoriya! Midoriya!" As he starts slapping him on his face, but when he looks into his face, Midoriya is awake. He's not unconscious, but his eyes are simply filled with despair. Not a single light in those dead eyes. He might as well be a corpse. As Tokuyami said, "Midoriya, snap out of it! We need you here!" As he starts shaking him. While that happened, the first Wizard King is blasting the devil away left and right, as he immediately stabs the devil right in his chest with a light blade. Immediately he saw that he killed him, but the devil shifts away his heart into the left side. As immediately he using one of his commands, he said, as immediately a trident appeared out of nowhere as it cuts the right arm of the first Wizard King. The Wizard King using a light blast to blast the devil away. When Nero saw this, she immediately rushes to his aid, using her sealing magic to heal his arm. and make it back in its place, as the first Wizard King said, "Thanks, Sakurai." As right now, she looks down at the rest of the people. She said, "It's no avail. We can't fight him alone. We need help of those people." As he said, "Well, you're right. How about you start making a plan while I keep this thing distracted?" As Nero said, "Alright, I'll try to do that. Be safe." As the Wizard King blast again at the devil himself. While that happening, Nero goes to talk to the heroes. All Might seeing this, he said, "You, little lady, what is going on here?" As she said, "I have no time to explain everything. All what you need to know is that thing is a devil, and we need to kill it right here and now, or else he'll gonna create unspeakable monstrosities on the land. Do you want your world to be burned down? If not, then help us here." And that person is the first Wizard King. He's basically an enemy of that devil. We tried to kill him many years before, but he just managed to reincarnate himself again inside that child's body. As she looks into Midoriya. As All Might said, "Midoriya?" As she said, "Will you help us?" As All Might said, "Of course we will." As she also looks into the villain group too, into Dabi and the rest. She said, "What about you?" As immediately Dabi pointed at himself saying, "Huh? Me? Do I look like a hero to you, little lady?" As she said, "This is not a matter of hero or villain anymore. This is a matter of humanity. This devil will kill us all here and make his way into the rest of the world. It doesn't matter if you like it anymore, because we need to work together, all of us." As, Dabi looks into the rest of the League of Villains. As Toga said, "Well, she looks cute and I like her." As, Twice said, "Well, I mean, if you're gonna kill us all, we might as well fight together." As Mr. Compress said, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend, after all." As Dabi said, "Oh, come on. Alright, I guess we're helping you. But what about you, Shigaraki?" As Shigaraki still looks into his master's dead body. In complete silence. Shirakuma, that also looking into the League of Villains, he just keeping his mouth shut. He knows those guys all very well. But he just feels disgusted. Anyway, with the heroes making a plan to try and help the first Wizard King, Nero rushes back into Midoriya's side to check on him, saying, "You two, do you want to help too?" As Baku looks into the battle while Tokiyami trying to wake up Midoriya, he said, "What the hell is going on here? I feel like I'll die if I interfere." As Tokiyami said, "Midoriya, wake up! We need you here most of all. You're the one who knows how that devil's magic work. We need you. Tell us what to do." As Nero said, "Wake up, Izuku Midoriya." As Tokiyami looks into the girl, he wonders how does she know his full name, but that doesn't matter. You need to wake Midoriya up. As he said, "Aren't you the one that's going to save Shoto? Aren't you going to save Ida's older brother? Aren't all those wishes that you carry on your shoulders, are you just gonna let them go? Are you gonna die in vain, Midoriya? Don't you want to be a hero?" As Izuku said, "Shut up! Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! What kind of hero am I? I'm a monster. I brought this devil here. I made him return to this world. I killed Shoto. I killed Ida. I kill everybody around me. I'm just a curse on everybody. Just let me die. I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. Just let me die. Let me just die. I deserve death. I deserve it. I'm a monster. A devil's pawn." As he just crying. And Tokiyami looks at this. She's just sad to see Midoriya in such a sorrow state. And Baku, hearing all of this, he grabs Midoriya by his shirt, lift him up and look into his face saying, "Stop crying! As Midoriya said, what do you understand about this? You, as Baku said, now you're gonna give up after all of that? After the many times I bullied you, after the many times I told you to stay down, since you were quirkless, since you were almost dying multiple times, now you're gonna give up? I thought you were more of a man, more like than this. But what a pathetic state you're in, Deku. As Midoriya looks into Baku, he said, what do you know? What do you know? As Baku said, I know that the real Midoriya wouldn't give up. That even though that he made a mistake, he'll try and fix it. Isn't that what you were trying to do with Shoto Todoroki? Didn't you try to fix your mistake by healing him? You trained day and night. You even sold one of your body parts to that thing just to have a chance at healing him. And now you give up. Right when you have the chance to take it back all on the person that made you suffer all this time. You may take the responsibility for whatever action that thing did, but they weren't your fault, at least not in the long run. It's your chance to fix the biggest mistake you made all this time ago. So instead of sitting down like a duck and crying about how bad your life is, stand up like a hero and face it. Heroes don't make excuses, they make results. As Midoriya looks into Bakugo, he didn't just talk sense to him, he just called him Midoriya. For the first time, as Baku said, come on, Izuku. We need you here. As Baku's hands are shaking. Midoriya doesn't know how, but he can just feel that Baku is terrified. He's just like the rest of them. He's terrified and he knows that their only chance of winning is with Midoriya's intellect about this thing's magic. Nara's also know that very clearly. That way she came to try and wake him up. As Baku just let Midoriya go, Midoriya is standing, clenching his left fist, saying in his mind, after all what I did, he's right. What am I doing? Well, I just gonna let everybody die again? Even though that I deserve to suffer. Even though that I deserve to be thrown in jail for all what I did. Even though that I deserve to die. At least, I'll need to help them all. I can't let any more people die because of me. That's not what a hero would do. As Midoriya swipes away his tears and said, oh, alright, I'll try to help. As Bug said, you better. As Nero said, alright, can you please tell us what you know about that devil? After all, you had his magic. As Izuku said, sure, you. As Midoriya doesn't know why, but he feels this girl. He knows that he saw her somewhere. Or maybe not her. He feels like he sensed that mana inside her somewhere. Regardless of that, he starts speaking. While Lumiere is fighting against the devil with the help of the heroes now. All Might is trying to fight with Endeavor, Edgeshot, and Aizawa, though he can't really help because his quirk isn't really erasing anything. At least not to the fullest extent. It affects Zagret somewhat, but not completely. As right now, Midoriya looks into the battle unfolds, he starts talking to Nero and Baku and Tokiyami. He said, the devil can do one command at a time. There is a split-second time limit between each command that he does. If he uses Wave of Flames, he will gonna need at least a second before he can use, Vacuum Wall. The same thing applies to the rest of his commands. Also, his commands aren't as powerful automatically. It depends on the amount of mana he puts into his word. If you want to make a little fire spark, he puts little into Wave of Flames. If you want to create a complete Sea of Fire, he pours a lot of mana into it. His commands also has an area of an effect that also depends on the amount of mana he puts into the words. If he uses Wither Away on plants, the more mana he puts into the word, the more plants will die. Also, I don't know why, but he has a bottomless end of mana, and his commands have a second before they activate. They won't activate until his full command is spoken. If he said vacuum, that will not work. He needs to say the whole word. As Nero said, that makes sense. Would you know his spells? As Midoriya said, well, I know a couple. He can also summon a weapon from the other world. That trident breaks everything that it touches, magical or not. His commands are Wave of Flames, Lightning Lance, Spears, weapons, and some other things. As Midoriya explained the rest of the commands to Nero. As he said, our best bet is to keep bombarding him very quickly before he talks any commands. As immediately Nero heard that, she said, alright. As Tokiyami said, that makes sense, but how do we kill him? As Midoriya said, that reminds me, Tokiyami, you know your power, Dark Shadow? It's the key for this. As Tokiyami said, what do you mean? As Midoriya said, that devil, the devil magic doesn't go well with your Dark Shadow for some reason. I don't know why, but every time when I was around you, I had this odd feeling of trying to stay away from you. It's like, a natural effect. It's like you can affect me, and in extent you can affect him. As Tokiyami said, so you're saying I can actually damage him? As Midoriya said, right. You can damage him permanently. Even his healing command won't work unless he pours a lot of mana into it. As Nero said, that makes sense. Your dark magic can affect the other world. Just like how Prince Lumiere is right now doing. He's been affected and tainted by the other world, and that's why he's able to damage this devil. As Tokiyami said, well, if that's so, we need to help. As Bug said, yeah, don't keep me out of this battle. I'm still gonna fight. Maybe my explosions won't do damage, but still, I'm gonna kill that thing. As Nero said, well, if that's so, we need to tell these infos immediately. As right now, Lumiere and the rest of the heroes are jumping the ever-living shit out of Zagreb. He immediately had enough of all of this. He said,
vacuum wall, be crushed, squished, broken to pieces, riddled with holes.
As everybody being slammed down into the floor. Immediately, Dark Shadow goes to attack the devil as Zagreb dodges this attack, and Tokiyami said, is just like Midoriya said, he trying to avoid it. As he tried to attack again just to make sure with Zagreb again dodging, as immediately Nero said, so that is real. As right now, in the first Wizard King looks into Sekirei as he says, Sekirei, are you done? Have you made us a plan? As she said, yes. The key to this plan is this kid, as she pointed to Tokiyami. As he said, well, if that's so, I'll count on you. As immediately Tokiyami said, right. As the heroes are right now standing in front of the devil, they said, alright, what's your plan, little lady? Your name is Sekirei, right? As Endeavor said, I don't know what's going on, but if your plan is to defeat this thing, I'm all in for it. As immediately, well, the first Wizard King said, this is what we're gonna do. As they talk a bit while Zagreb just watching, enjoying this little battle, letting these little humans plan out their plans. As when he looks between them, he sees Midoriya staring right into his eyes. Those eyes that suddenly seem to be filled with life again. I'll make sure to extinguish that all life out of your eyes permanently. As while they talk immediately, Endeavor blasts the devil with fire as he uses, well, his vacuum wall to block the attack. Immediately, All Might tried to punch him from the left with a Texas smash that threw him all throughout the room, slamming him to the wall. As that happens, Tokiyami slashes the devil's chest, and then Lumiere comes with his final attack, putting all his magic into this laser beam as he blasts the devil, erasing him completely from existence. As there is no more Zagreb, he's completely destroyed. As Endeavor said, to we do it? As All Might said, damn it, saying in his mind, my time limit starts running out. As when they look, they see nothing. Well, Toga said, wait, hold on, what is that? As Dobby looks closer, saying, huh? As they look to see a heart. A heart that's just making a very loud noise. Joel sees that too. As Tokiyami, when he saw that, said, oh no, it's the devil's heart. As Lumiere looks into the kid, saying, do you know about it? As Tokiyami said, I didn't think it was real, but seemed like it's real. And as long as the heart of the devil is alive, as a mouth appears on the devil's heart, Tokiyami continues saying, the devil will stay alive. As the heart speaks, saying,
Heal.
As the devil starts forming back into the world, terrifying everybody. You managed to heal from that? As Sakurai said, what can we do then? As the first Wizard King said, damn it, my magic wasn't enough to destroy his heart. Isn't my magic a saint stage yet? And the rest of the people here, they don't have any hope in killing him with one strike. Not even the kid with the dark magic. What should we do? As Midoriya looks into this, saying, this could be a problem. As Zagrat said, you sure are amusing me. Please keep on struggling. Your struggles is completely fun. I'm gonna enjoy this fight with you until I'm gonna finish you off. But not before I see all the hopes in your eyes dies out. As everybody looking, Lumiere said, he's just playing with us. Just playing with us and thinking that we're just pawns for his little game. Well, I guess he is the strongest here right now, but still, underestimating us, it will be your futile mistake. And this is gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Savage was here.